Hello everyone and good morning. Welcome to my flip through video, the longer version of my junk journal. It is this one that I have recently finished. If you saw other videos of mine, you may probably have seen it. This was made more than a year ago. I made it like in April 2021, and it's made from a cardboard mailer, and it has a lot of different sizes and kinds of papers to create on, and I super enjoyed this journal. I love it complete. I loved it when I started it, and it was really a joy to work in it, and I love all the different pages that are in it, or most of them. And it's very special to me because it was the first junk journal that I ever made for myself. And I will definitely make more of those because it's a joy to work in them. Because as you have used things that you normally may have thrown away, it's like super accessible and it takes the pressure off. It also, most of the pages have already or color or something else on them, so it's not like you stare at the blank page and you don't know what to do. So that's really a joy for me to work this way, to do everything I can, and that occurs to me to take the pressure of creating away. So yeah, welcome, and let's dive into this journal. Okay, let's dive into this journal, and I tell you something about the pages. This is the first one, not the first one that I've created. They are not chronological. This one is from August last year, 21, and it's about being me. And I just experimented with colors and marks, and I also, this one is fabric, so I did some stitching here, and I remember that it hurt a lot. It was pretty difficult because I had put the color on, and I think, I had put the color on first, and it was very difficult to actually stitch this, but it was fun also. This one is more or less recent, from 2 months ago, about my mission, and I came up with, I just want to create and share my passion. That's the short version, and I have a longer version in this envelope. Written on a paper. It's from May 22. This page is a page about self-love that I created last year, and it also has an envelope and some things to remember about self-love that I sometimes take out and repeat to myself. It was actually sparked by a book that I've read that is called Love Yourself Like Your Life Depends on It by Kamal Ravikant, I think is the author. Then I have this page that was from an inspirational quote series that I posted on Instagram and in my Facebook group, and this one is about possibilities, and I really like this figure that came out like she is holding something precious close to her heart. This one is a page that I think I have never shared before. It's about anger and how we deal with our anger. And it was a session with one of the women that did the Cosmic Smashbook Guide training with me. And we have a gathering every Friday of all the people who do Cosmic Smashbooking, and every week someone else does a session, and it's free to join. And this is a page that came out of one of these sessions. This one is from a life book lesson with Pia Rom, and The title of the session was Be Bold, Be Brave, and from Livebook 2021, and it's kind of an image, dream image of some of the things I would love to have in my life, like a house near a lake and in nature, and an image of maybe myself, I don't know, and the dragonfly that stands for transformation, and what kept showing up all through last year every now and then. And it says, I live an extraordinary life. This page is from this year, not too long ago. It was also from the Inspirational Quote series, and this one is about alignment. That's what came up for me, a lot of writing that you can't read, and the planets and stars aligning. I remember this page was the first one that I created in this journal. That was also from a retreat session workshop with Deborah Epstein, and it was just about playing with colors and yeah, letting the colors flow together and create what they wanted. So this is like just colors, and relax and create for fun for some minutes. This page is also from one of my coaching calls. I'm in a year-long program about leadership, aspects of leadership, and this one is about enrollment, and we did a little writing exercise in the beginning, and I first thought about enrollment like something that is trapping me or like kind of imprisoning me. It sounds really strong, but something like that. And then I thought, no, it could be like a blanket that I'm enrolled in, like what I want to do, I'm comfortable within that. And that is what came out. And there's also persons in the background that have attitudes or ways of being that support being a leader or stepping out and sharing my passion and these kind of things. Like there are writings about things that support me in being the guide that I want to be and showing up. So these are things that support me in that. This one is a page from last year, 2021, a journal jam with Effie Wild, and that was really fun. Like, she draws cards with prompts on them, and then you just like use colors or use ink or use a stencil or put some collage on or something like that. Whatever comes up, you do something like that, and this is the page that came out. And also the words emerge, stillness and movement, both are required for growth. That was something that came up for me after creating this page. This one is also from a workshop about possibilities, and this is me, self-portrait, and I'm releasing my intentions out into the world, into the universe, whatever. And it says, state your intentions and then release them to the universe. This page is a page that I have created, and I filmed all the process, and this is actually a course that you can subscribe to on my website. It's free, and you can create something beautiful like that. It's super easy. The steps are super easy. We first create this paper with muddy colors. We make a real mess, and then we rip it up and create something beautiful with it in very simple steps, and super, like, without pressure. Whatever comes up, you can do with that. Yeah, it's also about releasing negative emotions, because when I created this, I had some struggles with myself and things I was doing or not doing, and so I wrote about that, and I released that on this page, onto this page, and on this muddy thing, and then put it together again in another way and changed it up. So if you find that interesting as a process or as an idea to release emotions and negative feelings through creativity and change them up, and also make some mess and create something without pressure, then you can go to my website and subscribe to the intentional art journaling course that I have there. It's on the top of the page. You will see it right away. I leave my website address in the description, and then you come with me on a journey and create something like that. It doesn't have to look anything like that. You can really do whatever you want. I just show you the steps, and this is the page that came out for me, but it can be something totally different for you. This next one is a really interesting one, and that one that I really love. I did a meditation or a silence exercise for 4 hours, no speaking for 4 hours, and like sitting around and just being present in the moment. And then at some point what popped into my mind was, everything is fine, everything is taken care of, just show up for what you love. And from this thing that I thought of in this exercise, I created this page, and I added this rainbow that I made together with my kids in 2020. It was a school assignment for arts, and I made a lot of these rainbows with my kids. So I included one of these here. This page is from a session from a Year in Color, one of the Year in Color summits that I did. And it's about emerging and butterflies, like transformation. And it was a session with Stacy Marnie. And this is what came up for me. And some things that popped into my head and I put on the page: take up space and shine, butterfly lady, colorful soul, and queen of her life. This dark page is from a dream that I had last year, July 2021. It was a dream where I had this fuzzy stuff in my mouth, and I started to take it out, and it wouldn't end. And so I created a page about that, and I think it has to do with communication, with things that I keep to myself, and that in reality I have to get out of myself. So that's why it says spit it out, and I'm taking this stuff out of my mouth, and it's not ending. Like, it was pretty unpleasant. So yeah, that was around some communications, I think, or conversations that I needed to have, and that was a dream that told me that. This is a pretty new page from my course about also my vision and what to do. And so this is like some kind of castle where I feel I'm in, and I have this passion to share, and discovered something that really is helping me, this creative process, and I want to share it. So that's why this lady representing me is shouting out from the castle about this wonderful thing that she discovered. And I find it sometimes really difficult to connect with people. So there's a lot of people reading and on their phones, and like I think I have something really interesting to share, but I find it not so easy often to really reach people with that. And yeah, there's a lot of noise, and there's a lot of distraction, and I for myself feel this too. So this is what this page is about. This page is called The Journey, and I made a tutorial from this creative process that is on the Get Messy Art Journal channel. It was released not last year in November, I think. And yeah, I have it all on one of my Saturday Night Live art show videos. I have this process also It's like 10 minutes long, super time-lapse, the creation of this page and some of the thoughts that came up and from creating this page. This page is my page for the first session of A Year in Color that I did. A Year in Color is a collaborative mixed media course that is year-round, and this was my first participation, and it's called The Color of Courage. So yeah, I have a lesson there in A Year of Color, and how I create this page and what it means to me in all depth and pretty 40 minutes long. I think I will also release this as a class on Skillshare at some point in the near future. This page is about choosing between overwhelm and step by step with grace. A reminder to, if I start to feel overwhelmed, to try to get out of that, to change my perspective and change my point of view and shift my attention and see how I can make something easy and step by step go through some process and not get into overwhelm and chaos, but like make it easy. How can I make things easy and go like really step by step and go through stuff. This messy page with a lot of collage is from a workshop with Kat Z, when I made the decision to do the Cosmic Smashbook teacher training. In fact, when I made this page, I had already signed up because I had made the decision before that, but I still attended the workshop, and it's you can see my enthusiasm about this decision and about this new path that I was taking on. These are 2 pages that go together from June 2021. I can't remember what sparked it. I can't remember if that was a dream or something from a meditation, or I don't know, I can't remember, but it has to do with wings that were taken away and like the longing to get these back, and then like the fulfillment and the joy and once the wings are back on. I really can't remember what sparked this, but it's like I like these 2 pages together and their contrast. This page was a Mother's Day page from 2021. My mom sent me a picture of this bouquet that she got, and I created a page. And I made the declaration that I'm the best mom for my kids. And I hope to be able to live up to that. This page is also from the Inspirational quote series that I did. This one is from April this year. This is about freedom. This series was, I started with 1 quote about the magic of beginnings. And then this quote and the page that I created sparked a next quote and a next quote and a next quote. And after 8 weeks, I got back to the magic where I started. So that was really a nice journey. And this was one of the themes that came up, freedom. And it says free and curious. And I remember it took me kind of a long time to get this come together like this. But now I think it's energetic and I like it, how it turned out. So this is the middle of the journal. I didn't create on these fabrics. This page is a continuation of one of the first ones in the journal that was about my mission and my vision, and it adds to the I just want to create and share my passion. It ends with, and I want to get paid for it. And what I find that was something that came up out of some frustration, I think, also. And but what I like about this page is like how messy it is, but also like these kind of figures that are dancing that came out of the mess that I made. So yeah, This actually was the page where I think I took the decision to become a Cosmic Smashbook Guide. This was also a session workshop with Kat Z, who developed this process, and it says make the unknown your home. So it's like starting a journey and going out into the unknown, which is like scary, but like make your home in this that is a bit scary. This one is a page with a quote from a book by Michael Ende. The book is called Momo, and it's about, the quote is about, it's in German, and it's about that you always have to think only about the next step that you take, and the next breath, and the next swipe of the broom, because it's someone who cleans the streets of a city who says that. And if you do that, then it's like it's a joyful activity, and you don't get into stress and you don't get into overwhelm. You have to think always about the next step, and then about the next, and what before you know it, you cleaned all the street, or you did all the project, or you climbed all the mountain. And it's a quote that I have known since I was a child, and I read the book many times, and so yeah, I created a page about that. This is also a page about my journey as an artist. I talked about it in one of my Saturday Night Live art show videos, and it's also the last one of the quote series. That's intention plus action creates magic, and it's about my creative journey from when I started drawing, and yeah, all the way to now or into the future. This is another page from a silence exercise, the first one that I did, where I just was in silence, sitting for some hours. So this is something that popped into my mind. It does not really look like what I saw, but that was the best that I could do to recreate that. This page is from another of our Friday Smash Bash sessions with one of the women I did the teacher training with, and it says, "I'm proud of you, keep going." And this was also a long process. It has many layers until this came together. This is something that popped up into my head. I had this song in my head while I was at swimming practice that says, "All this time the river flows endlessly to the sea," and I created a collage about that. So it's kind of similar to the other page that's with the pathway about my journey, but it's like a year older. I created this in July 21. So you can see there are themes that come up again and again throughout my journals and my pages. This was another quote from the Inspirational Quotes series about balance, and it describes a bit how I try to balance between all the different activities that I have in my life on a daily basis or weekly basis. This one was another quote about curiosity, and it says, "Get curious and ask yourself what else is possible." And this is a painting of Pippi Longstockings. Maybe you know her. She's from a children's book, from a Swedish children's book from Astrid Lindgren. And she said something like, "I have never done this before, so I'm absolutely sure that I will be able to do it." She's a little girl living with a horse and a monkey in a big house, and she has some friends, the neighbor kids, and they go on adventures all the time. So yeah, she is like the image of a curious child and confident, and yeah, like I can take on the world. So that's why she came up here, I think. This page is a recap of training, a course that I did, and all the things that shifted. And here there's a quote that one of the coaches said to me in one of the calls, and it says you can put a bucket outside and it's going to catch raindrops when it rains, and eventually the bucket is going to be full. All the single raindrops helped to fill it. Don't discount the importance of the single raindrop. So, and here are some of the areas that I felt shifts in my life when or as a result of this course when I was going through it. So it's kind of a recap of this course. This page is basically a portal opening up for something new, and it's about embracing change. And it was another call with one of my coaches in my year-long course. This is from another call about shameless courage, and it's like a bridge of love and abundance calling into my life. So it's just really messy and fast, and I am like much more about enjoying the process than about what comes out of it. This, I think, is my favorite page that I've ever created. That what it says here was also something one of the coaches said to me in the course that I was here in last year. And she said to me, get out of your head and get into your heart. And I made this page and I remember it often. I look at it often and I really love it. This is a page about gratitude, so much gratitude for everything that has led me here, for what is and for what is to come. So this one is upside down on purpose. It didn't happen by accident. I just found some of the features of the portrait upside down in my book, and it's like it was really weird to create this. Like here it's like a weird angle. So it was a session from the Year in Color Summit with Krista Forrest, and she's like really great at portraits and takes you through the process really gently of painting or drawing drawing portraits. And it says, accept change, embrace growth. This is also from a workshop series with Kat Z. There's a lot of them in here, hard to serve. So it is a reminder to me that I need to teach what I need to learn myself. It kind of takes away the pressure that I have to have it all figured out before I teach or guide someone through this process. I have discovered that the process does most of the work for me, and my job is really to guide. And I don't have to know everything. So it also says stop and listen and enjoy and let go of your fear. This was a page about wisdom, the wisdom that we have within, and there were some animals coming up, and I looked them up and wrote something about what the hummingbird and the clownfish, or the meaning they have in dreams, when they appear in dreams or when they appear in your life, for example. And this one is about vision. It says honor your vision, and it has this this looking glass that you can take out. This is a page about connection, and I basically played with colors just like that, and then this theme of connection came up, and I drew a lot of faces in this draw a face in one line. So I start here and I draw everything in one line, and also obviously these are not all one line, but like all the face contours is all in one line. And I really enjoy that, because it's another way to take the pressure off when you draw a portrait, which is usually something complicated and scary. But if you like do it in a way that you know won't be perfect from the beginning, then the pressure is not there and you can just go about it and draw wonky faces. So this is a recent page that I created. It also has a pathway on it, and it was to call in people into my workshop. I canceled the workshop and I will do it later, so there's no names on it. My idea was to fill the pathway with the names of the people who would join me in this workshop, but as I decided to not do it now, hasn't happened yet. I don't know if it will ever happen. Maybe I create a new page for a new workshop when I announce it. This was another page from a coaching call, and it has like a circular motion or pathway that that reminds me to first sit down and listen, to reach out if there's anything that I need to connect with people, and to embrace the experience, and then reflect on it again and like go through the circular motion again. This is a grounding page of this journal that I mostly use at the Cosmic Smash Book. A grounding page is where you set intention for the energy of this journal and also to get grounded. So whenever I want to get back into the energy of this page and of this journal, I can put my hands on here and I can get present in the moment and ground myself into this. And it says I am good enough right now, so it's also a reminder for myself of not get into limiting beliefs and let them stop me. And this is the last page the last page of the journal, also the last one that I've created, and it was sparked by the song Unstoppable by Sia that I love and that I have in my feeling good playlist whenever I need an energy boost. And I just wanted to paint something for this, and also it was in a situation in my vacations where my desk was occupied. I had no space to create, so I sat on the sofa and I painted this face on the sofa, and it's being unstoppable. So, and these are some stickers my daughter made for me, and that's it. It's super long, the video. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Thank you so much for joining me on this journal flip through journey where I told you about my inspiration for all of the pages and why they are special to me. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of my videos, you can always subscribe to my channel, and then you get notifications whenever I post something new. So I wish you a great day, and I'm sending you much love. Bye.